All right, now we're going to go into part 2. So now for the Capstone Project, for this session, remember what you have done. I'm going to take this gum out now. Sorry about that. Okay, so what you've done now is you've connected to a shared purpose. And now, as we talked about, you want to do now a one conversation brainstorm, okay? Now, the idea here is we had talked about that you could use this session to focus on 2 specific things, right? So depending on the size of your team, I mean, if you have more than 10 or 12 people, I would focus on 2 things. If you had maybe less than that, I would focus on 1. And when I say one thing, I mean like, you know, how to create a flourishing team, how to level up our customer service, how to increase our productivity. Like, so those are some of the areas that we talked about you could focus on for your Capstone project. Or if you can think of something else, that would be amazing as well. So what you'll want to do is to set up, so now you've connected to purpose, and what you can do is you can write your how might we questions on a couple of half-page Post-it notes and just stick them on the wall. So this is a how might we question around creating a flourishing team, and this is a how might we question around creating exceptional customer service. Okay, and so I gave some examples of that in the team site in this overview that you're currently looking at, actually. So now, here's the thing with one conversation brainstorming. The idea here is, and I'll write all this in the facilitation notes too, but the idea here is you want to generate as many new ideas as possible, as quickly as possible. So how this works is you're going to get your team to stand in a semicircle. Can you see this? Oh, you can. Semicircle where the questions are here. So you're going to get stand in a semicircle around this board. Now, the reason you want to stand in a semicircle is because it is really smart inclusive physiology. Everybody's looking at the same point. They're shoulder to shoulders. You know, nobody's in front of or behind anybody else. So there's equality there. And nobody can hide either, right? So what I might do is I might say, okay, give everybody a bunch of Post-it notes and a pen. A Sharpie would be a good idea. And then say, okay, here's the 2 questions we're going to focus on. And then read the questions. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to just jot down, you know, give them like 2 minutes and say, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to jot down ideas. Put your ideas, 1 idea per Post-it note. So every idea you have, put that on a different Post-it note. And then make sure you explain to them that this is all about generating quantity over quality, right? So there's no, don't editorialize when you come up there. Just read what's on your Post-it note and put it up there. Any crazy idea is great. Build on other people's ideas. Don't filter though. Let all the ideas flow, because your crazy idea might actually stimulate somebody else to think of something that's even better and even more practical than your idea. So everybody's ideas are making contributions. So you really want to encourage people to like get as many ideas on the board as possible. Okay? So what'll happen then is people will come up, everybody will have Post-its. So now you have put this up there. You don't have to draw this thing that looks like a creepy happy face. But you'll have put these up there. You'll have given them a couple minutes to reflect on the questions and jot down as many ideas as possible. Then you'll invite them up to stand in a semicircle with their Post-it notes and pen. And basically how it will work is one person will come up, state their idea, and then step back. And then the next person will step up, state their idea, step back. And then the next person, and that's why it's called one conversation brainstorming, because the idea is that one person is speaking at a time. So what they would do is they would go, there's my idea, and then that person would step back. And then the next person would go, oh, here's my idea, and then they would step back. And eventually what you want to do is you want to get this board full of Post-it notes if possible. So I would give them 10 minutes or so to brainstorm, and you're going to need to encourage them, right? So you might you might just put a wild idea out there, or you might see something and then like say something to spark an information, or what about this? I mean, you don't have to do that a lot, but when you feel the energy starting to slow down, which it naturally will, just maybe encourage with some like carefully timed prompts, let's say, to wild thinking, highest aspiration. What would be the craziest thing we could do around customer service or whatever? And so eventually what will happen is after about 10 minutes, you'll have ideas all over the board. Okay. You've seen this before, actually. Okay, so you'll have like, all these ideas all over the board. It'll be really fun. Everybody will be like, oh my God, we created so many ideas. This is amazing that our leaders are taking this incredible training. Okay, they might not say that, but they're thinking it. I'm sure of it. Okay, so now that they've done that, what you want to do is you want to give them a couple minutes together to collectively theme the ideas. And the instructions for that is like, okay, everybody go up to the board and just take a look and organize these things into like related ideas. So if you see an idea that seems to be related to another one, just kind of, put it next to that one so we get some logical groupings. But you want your team to theme them because it's a really good opportunity for them to collaborate and talk about what it is they're actually doing. Okay, so we've themed them. This is great. And now they've themed them. Okay, so now what you're going to get them to do. So we've brainstormed, we've themed the ideas, and now what we're going to do is we're going to vote up the ones that are the most energizing. So you're going to give everybody 2 votes. I would give them 2. I would say give them 2 votes. Vote for one idea here. You know what? I would give them 2 votes per question. That's what I would give them. Okay. So if you have like this, if you have a team question, a customer, give them 2 votes for question. Okay, because that gives them the ability to vote for something other than their own. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, guys, 2 votes per question, everybody, and then with a dot, just put a dot on the thing that you're the most excited about. And if you're really, really excited about this particular idea, you can put both your dots on that. You can put both your dots on the same idea. And also remind them that because we've organized things into themes, like when they vote for something, they're kind of really voting for the theme as well. Okay, they're voting for the theme that's a part of. Anyways, so then what you're going to have at the end of this, what you will have is you will have some clear, typically it works out pretty clearly, which ideas are the most energizing. That's what you'll see. So at the end of the voting, what you're going to do is you're going to see a theme or post-it notes that are the most energizing to people. And that's what you're going to work on, okay? And that's really all the brainstorming session is. It should take probably like 15, 20 minutes tops. So let me walk through what just happened. So you've got your how might we questions. I have given you sample how might we questions in the team site on the Capstone Project page, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to do one conversation brainstorming. So you're going to give everybody a bunch of post-it notes and a Sharpie, and you're going to say, here's our questions. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to jot down all of the ideas. Make sure you encourage them. One idea per post-it note. Think big. We really want quantity over quality because in the next step, we're going to be making some choices with the voting. So quality over quality, great, big ideas, crazy ideas, don't filter, build on other people's ideas, don't cast judgments, etc. So get them to write that down. Write down their ideas, and most people come up with 2 or 3 or 4 ideas, and then get them to stand in a semicircle, and then just each person start walking up, saying their idea, not editorializing, saying their idea, and then stepping back. And then once you have all that done, you'll have a whole bunch of post-it notes all over the board, and then you're going to get your team to theme them, and so they have a chance to talk through them and make meaning of them and clarify what somebody meant by something. So you're going to get them to theme them, and then give 2 votes per question. Okay, so if you have 2 questions up here, it's 2 votes for each question. And then just get them to do dot voting. And then what you will do is you will see a theme or an idea that emerges under each question as the one that has the most energy around it. Okay? And if there's one that seems to be tied, you can just make a decision. It's not that big a deal because the idea is you would do more and more of these sessions. So that's what this section looks like. And so by the end of this, what you will have is you will have brainstorm, you will have generated ideas, and then you will have identified the ideas that the team is the most excited about that you can then take to the next phase, which is all going to be about elevating, which is going to be another quick brainstorming session. Okay, thanks.